Assalamu alaikum students, how are you all? Hope you all are very fine, fit and healthy at your home. Children, in last class we are discussing about your chapter 4, that is motion and time. Now today you are going to learn about new different types of motion. Let us enter into your session to listen. A body is said to be in motion if its position keeps on changing with time with respect to the observer. But in our daily life, we experience certain motion in which the change in position of objects remains the same for a time interval. In some other motion, the change in position of an object will not be the same for a given time interval. Imagine the movement of hands in a wall clock and the movement of a butterfly in a garden. In these two cases, hands of wall clock and the butterfly are in motion. They change their positions with time. What difference do you find in the movement of the hands of a clock and the body of a butterfly? In which case the change of position with time constant? Let's see. We observe that in case of the wall clock, change in position of minute hand is the same for every minute. How do we know this? Measuring the angle between two positions of the minute hand is the way in which we find. But in the case of the butterfly, the change in its position is not constant while it is flying from one flower to another in the garden. Now let us understand with an example. We are here measuring the time and distance covered by car A and the time and distance covered by car B when it is traveling. Now we see. Which car has traveled equal distances in equal intervals of time? Which car has traveled unequal distances in equal intervals of time? Obviously, we notice that car A, the change in position in every 10 seconds is 150 meter. But for car B, the change in position is not constant. For first 10 seconds it is 50 meter. For second 10 seconds it is 40 meter. For third 10 seconds it is 90 meter. And for fourth 10 seconds it is 50 meter. Thus, motion of car A is uniform and motion of car B is non-uniform. Now, we define that uniform motion as if a body covers equal distances in equal intervals of time, it is said to be in uniform motion. Then, if a body covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time, it is said to be in non-uniform motion. Now, let us see with examples which is uniform motion and which is non-uniform motion. Now, children, you identify which is uniform motion and which is ununiform or non-uniform motion. Okay, let's see. Movement of a housefly is uniform or non-uniform? That is non-uniform. Next, the fan in an air cooler running at fixed speed, is it uniform or non-uniform? Yes, it is uniform because it covers uniform that equal distances in equal intervals of time. So it is uniform. Next we go for another. A train entering into a railway station. Is it uniform or non-uniform motion? No, because the train covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time. So it is non-uniform motion. Next, we see kite in the air. Is it uniform or non-uniform? Because it covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time. It is called as non-uniform motion. Now, rotation of earth. Rotation of earth is uniform. Now we see other types of motion. When we discuss about motion, it is important to be aware that there exist different types of motion and each type is dependent on a particular situation. Let us see some examples. Like you are seeing here, motion of a needle in a running sewing machine, and then a car traveling along a straight road, and motion of blades of a ceiling fan. Next, motion of pendulum in an old wall clock. Considering the direction of motion, what differences do you notice in the above examples here? Sewing machine, car, fan, and pendulum clock. Now let us see. The motion in the above examples are different in terms of direction of motion. Now we see. Car is moving in same direction along a straight line, whereas blades of ceiling fan rotate about a fixed line in a circular path. Needle of a sewing machine moves up and down about a fixed point. Pendulum of the wall clock oscillates to and fro about a fixed point. Based on the path taken by the bodies in motion, we classify motion of bodies as three types of motion. Those are translatory motion, rotatory motion, and oscillatory motion. Children, in our next session, we will discuss about translatory motion, types of translatory motion, and rotatory motion, oscillatory motion. So children, up to that, be happy. Allah Hafiz.